dear students, I am Shweta Sharma from GGIC Bareilly. You all are welcomed here to attend this session. Today I am going to present a very important lesson of English grammar, that is reported speech or direct and indirect narration. These are the contents of today's session: previous knowledge, then narration, its meaning and kinds, parts of direct narration, reporting clause and reported speech, rules to change direct speech into indirect speech. They are 7 in number: rules for the change of pronouns, for the change of tenses, for assertive sentences, for interrogative sentences, for imperative sentences, for exclamatory sentences, for optative sentences. These are 7 rules to change. After that, the examination value of this chapter, then a complete recap of the whole lesson will be there, and finally I will leave you with a small exercise for practice. Children, these are 6 lessons, 6 very important lessons of English grammar, and you have already studied all these 6 lessons. The first is tenses, the second is parts of speech, parts of sentence, kinds of sentence, number and gender. So this knowledge will help you for better understanding of today's lesson. Narration. What is narration? Narration is the use of a written or spoken commentary to convey a particular story or a statement to an audience or a reader. There are 2 kinds of narration. First is direct narration and second is indirect narration. We can also call it direct speech or indirect speech. Direct narration. The speech quoted in the exact words of the speaker is direct speech or direct narration. Exact words of the speaker. It is always written within inverted commas. Indirect narration. Indirect speech is a means of expressing the content of statements, questions and other utterances without quoting them explicitly as is done in the direct speech. For example, he said, "I am coming." This is indirect speech. And it is a direct speech, and its indirect is he said that he was coming. Parts of direct narration. There are 2 parts of direct narration, and they are reporting clause and reported speech. Reporting clause. A reporting clause is a clause which indicates that one is talking about what someone said or thought. The verb is used in a reporting speech is known as reporting verb. This reporting verb plays a very vital role in this whole lesson. Here is an example in bold. Mohan said, "I am in need of help." In this example, Mohan said is reporting clause. And in this reporting clause, said is reporting verb. Now comes reported speech. The part of a speech or sentence within the inverted commas is known as reported speech. And in that example, the reported speech is, "I am in need of help." Children, this is a table of reporting clause and these are reported speech, and if we join both of them, they will become 3 complete sentences. The teacher said, "Do your work neatly." She says, the sun rises in the east. Raghu said to me, when will you go to school? Rules to change direct speech into indirect speech, and the first rule to change a direct speech into indirect speech is to remove the inverted commas. Comma after reporting clause is removed and a conjunction like that is put in place of the comma. First letter of reporting speech is not written in capital. Actually, children, first letter of reporting speech is written in capital when we are using a direct speech. But when we are changing that direct speech into indirect speech, the first letter of reporting speech is not a capital letter. Pronouns and tense of reporting speech are changed accordingly. Rules to change of pronouns. The first rule is personal pronouns of reported speech are changed. To understand this rule, you must understand this table. You know that pronouns have three persons: first person, second person and third person. In this table, we have cases here, number here and persons here. So, in nominative case and in singular number, the first person pronoun is I. The second person is you and the third person is he, she, it. In the same case, in plural number, first person is we, second person is you and third person is they. In possessive case, in singular number, first person pronoun is my, second person is your and third person is his, her and its. In the same case, in plural number, first person pronoun is our, second person is your and third person is their. And in objective case, in singular number, first person pronoun is me, the second person pronoun is you and third person pronouns are him, her or it. And in the same case, in plural number, first person pronoun is us, second is you and third is them. So remember this table. Second rule is first person pronouns of reported speech are changed according to the person of subject of reporting verb. For example, he says, I teach my brother. If we change this sentence into indirect speech, it becomes he says that he teaches his brother. And these are two exceptions to this rule. When we is used for all humans, it's not changed. Here it is used for we. It means we is not changed. For example, he says we all must die one day. And here we is used for all humans, so it is not changed and the indirect becomes he says that we all must die one day. It remains the same. The second exception of this rule is when we is used for both the speaker and the listener, we is not changed. For example, Mohan says to me, we should buy new pens. Here in this sentence, Mohan is the speaker and me is listener. And this we is used for Mohan as well as for me. So this we is not changed. And the indirect sentence will be Mohan tells me that we should buy new pens. Second person pronoun of reported speech is changed into person of the object of reporting verb. For example, children, the direct sentence is Madhu says to me, you are careless. And in indirect speech, it becomes Madhu tells me that I am careless. Rule number 4 here is third person pronouns of reported speech are not changed. Direct sentences, I say, she does not know English. And when we change this sentence into indirect, it becomes I say that she does not know English. Here I am giving you two very important rules to remember. First person is related to subject, second person is related to object, but third person is not related to any of these. And second very important point to be remembered is, in pronouns only persons can be changed, but their number and their case cannot be changed. So remember these two rules always. Rules for the change of tenses. The first rule is tense of reporting verb is never changed. Okay, remember this rule that reporting verb is never changed. If reporting verb is in present or future tense, tense of the verb of reported speech is not changed. For example, he says, I am going. And the indirect is, he says that he is going. This is present tense, so it remains the same. And the next example belongs to the future tense. She will say, my parents are poor. So it will also remain the same. She will say that her parents are poor. If reporting verb is in past tense, following changes occur in the tense of the verb of reported speech. Present indefinite into past indefinite. Present continuous into past continuous. Present perfect into past perfect. Present perfect continuous into past perfect continuous. Past indefinite into past perfect. And past continuous into past perfect continuous. Here children, you have to remember one thing, that these two tenses, past perfect and past perfect continuous, these two tenses are not changed. In case of future tense, following changes take place. Will changes into would, shall into should, may into might, can into could. Here I am giving you an exercise. You must be thinking that I have not cited any example for the practice of these change into tense. I purposely did not cite any example because I wanted to give you this exercise for practice. There are 5 sentences in this exercise. Let me read these 5 sentences for you. You have to change these sentences into indirect speech. He said to me, I teach your brother. Radha said, I have not taken your book. I said to Maya, I have not taken your book. You said, she has been singing for 2 hours. She said to me, you did not teach me. You must be thinking that these 2 reported speech are same. I purposely put these 2 reported speech same to confuse you. And I want to make you smarter. So purposely I have put these 2 reported speech same in these 2 sentences. Now, exceptions of rule 3. If any universal truth, any habitual fact, historical fact, proverb, date of birth or death is indicated in reported speech, it is not changed. For example, Meera said the earth is round, and you know the earth is round is a universal truth, so it is never changed. So the indirect of this sentence becomes Meera said that the earth is round. Children, this table is also very important for you. Please note it down. Following changes take place in adjectives and adverbs. Now is changed into then, this into that, these into those, here into there, hence, thence, hither, thither, yesterday, the previous day or day before, last night, the previous night or the night before, next week, the following week, thus, so, just, then, ago, before, today, that day, tonight, that night, tomorrow, next day. And here are two examples. First is the direct sentences, he said, I went home today. And the indirect is, he said that he had gone home that day. In this example, this today is converted into that day when the sentence is changed into indirect speech. Look at the second example. She said, I will go to Delhi tomorrow. And the indirect is, she told that she would go to Delhi the next day. In this example, this tomorrow is converted into the next day. So children, these were the rules to change the tense, and now rules for assertive sentences. While changing assertive direct sentences into indirect, rules related to tense, pronouns, etc. are same as we have already studied. If in indirect speech, personal object is used after reporting verb, say and said are changed into tell and told. But you have to remember one thing here, that no preposition is used after tell and told. Reporting clause and reported speech are joined with conjunction that. For example, he said to me, I cannot come now. And when we change this sentence into indirect, it becomes, he told me that he could not go then. Nouns or pronouns that are in calling case in reporting speech become object of reporting verb. Have a look at the example. The direct sentences, the teacher said, Mohan, you are a fool. And when we change this sentence into indirect, it becomes, the teacher told Mohan that he was a fool. But, here is also a but. But at times they are not changed into object. Look at the example. He said, I shall not listen to you, you liar. Calling him a liar, he said that he would not listen to him. Terms like yes sir or no sir or yes or no are removed when we change a direct speech into indirect speech, and reporting verb said is changed into other suitable verbs accordingly. For example, the boy said, no, I did not take the book. Here, this no is removed. And the indirect sentence becomes, the boy replied in negative. This replied in negative is used to denote this no, and said that he had not taken the book. Now rules to change interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, while changing them into indirect speech, rules related to tense and pronouns, etc. are same as we have already studied. Reporting verb said to is changed into asked, inquired of, demanded of, queried of, etc. Sign of interrogation or question mark is changed into a full stop. Before changing an interrogative direct sentence into indirect, it is changed into assertive, then general rules are followed. If direct speech is starting with a verb, conjunction if or whether, both are right, is used to connect. But I personally suggest you to use whether, because whether is a better word. For example, the direct sentence is Rekha said to me, "Did you take my pen?" And the indirect is Rekha asked me if I had taken her pen. The next rule is, if direct speech is starting with interrogative pronoun like who, whose, whom, what, which, or with interrogative adverb like when, where, why, how, then no conjunction is used to connect. For example, here I am giving you two examples. Look at the first. He said to me, "Where are you going?" And the indirect is, he asked me where I was going. The second example is, I said to him, "Why do you not work?" And the indirect is, I asked him why he did not work. Now, rules to change imperative sentences. Reporting verb said to is converted into ordered, requested, advised accordingly. And infinitive to is put before the verb of reported speech. Have a look at the example. The teacher said to the boy, "Sit down." And the direct is, the teacher ordered the boys to sit down. Terms like please, kindly, etc. are removed when the sentence is changed into indirect speech. For example, she said to me, "Please lend me your book." And the indirect becomes, she requested me to lend her my book. The next rule is, if reported speech is starting with let, reporting verb is changed into proposed or suggested. Have a look at the example. He said, "Let us adopt this policy." And the indirect becomes, he suggested that they should adopt that policy. Now children, rules to change exclamatory sentences. As you know that exclamatory sentences have feelings like regret, sorrow, joy or surprise, etc. All these are feelings and they are indicated with interjections. And these interjections like alas, hurrah, bravo, etc. are removed when we convert a direct speech into an indirect speech. Have a look at the examples. The first example is, Raghav said, "Alas, I'm ruined." And the indirect becomes, Raghav exclaimed with sorrow. This exclaimed with sorrow denotes alas. And alas is removed, that he was ruined. The second example is, I said, "Hurrah, my brother has come." And its indirect becomes, I cried with delight that my brother had come. Here we can put exclaimed also. I exclaimed with delight that my brother had come. Both these sentences are correct. Words like what, how, who are changed into very, much, great, etc. Example, the teacher said, "What a troublesome boy you are." And its indirect becomes, the teacher exclaimed with anger that I was a very troublesome boy. Rules to change optative sentences. Reporting verbs are converted into wish or pray. And this might is put before the verb in reported speech. Conjunction that is used here. For example, Rama said to me, "May you live long." It means Rama is wishing for me. So here we use wished. Rama wished me that I might live long. This may is converted into might. So children, these were the rules to change direct speech into indirect speech. I tried to give you the maximum rules, and if you understand all these rules, you would surely come out with flying colors. And now look at the examination value of this lesson. Children, you in your board examination, you are asked to change one direct speech or one sentence of direct speech into indirect speech, and that sentence would carry 2 marks. So the examination value of this lesson is 2 marks. Now recapitulation. It means, let me explain you in short the whole lesson once again. So children, we started today's session with a trial of connecting your previous knowledge to this lesson. I gave you 6 lessons. These were tenses, parts of speech, kinds of sentence, parts of sentence, number, gender, etc. And you must have found that all that previous knowledge, all these lessons you have already studied in your previous classes is very useful to understand this chapter. Then we started with the meaning of narration, the kinds of narration. They are 2: indirect narration and direct narration. And then reporting clause and reported speech, and the importance of reporting verb. Reporting verb is actually a part of reporting clause, but reporting verb is very important in this whole lesson. After that, when we start learning the rules to change the indirect speech into the direct speech into indirect speech, you have learned persons in pronouns, the first person, second person, third persons. Then you learned to change various tenses into indirect speech. After that, assertive sentences, and then interrogative sentences. After that, imperative sentences, then exclamatory sentences, and finally you have learned to change optative sentences into indirect speech. So this was the complete lesson, and I hope you must have understood it well, and this chapter will be very useful for you. And finally, I am leaving you with an exercise of 5 sentences. Children, you have to solve this exercise with your knowledge you have attained today. You have to change the following direct sentences into indirect sentences. They are 5 in number, and let me tell you that all these 5 sentences have already been asked in your previous board examinations. Ketki said, "Will the teacher teach us today?" The second sentence is, she said to him, "Let us play now." The third is, the teacher said to the boys, "Obey your elders." The fourth sentence is, the peer said to the principal, "Please give me some money." And the last sentence is, my father said to me, "Have you completed your work now?" So these sentences you have to solve. And children, let me suggest you one thing, that English grammar is also like mathematics. As much you revise, the more knowledge you will gain. So keep revising all these rules and you would surely be successful. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a nice time.